I've been sent this gorgeous palette and it is in exactly my colours. We love the reds, the maroons, the golds and the bronzes on a blue eye or a greyish eye. Now, I normally talk to you, but I'm doing a voiceover because when I recorded this, my parents were here and they were watching the chase. So, you know, I did the base of the matte cream colour all over the lid. I do that with every eyeshadow look first, just to give me a nice plain neutral lid. And then I just find my sockets to try and make my eyelids look bigger with that sort of mid-tone, that kind of pale tan colour. And now I'm going in with my Real Definition. I'm using this maroon matte eyeshadow. There's a lot of pigment, so I did give it a little blow off or just tap it on something. Obviously I wouldn't normally blow my brush if I was doing it on someone else, and because there was so much pigment, I actually deposited the kind of backwards C in the C shape in the two corners of outer corners of my eyes, and then went back over to blend them, as you can see here, because I needed to just push that product on because it was so heavily pigmented that it would have been too much on one eye. So I kind of split it between the two and then went back in and just blended that through, and then took a smaller kind of fine brush so I could just line with the same matte maroony red underneath the eyes as well, just to bring the whole look together. But I only take it to kind of midway on my iris, and the same with my liner. I tend to start, I've gone in a bit further here, but normally I sort of start midway, kind of above my pupil. My liner is the Stila double-ended pen. One end is maroon, and I was actually going to use that maroon, but it didn't come out very strongly against the red that was already there, so I skipped the black. But I'm going to buff that in because I actually do think the black looks a little bit harsh, but that's just down to preference. Can you see I can kind of do a dash technique? So I lay the nib of the pen along my eye and just do dashes. And that is a really great way to draw a straight line without having to kind of wiggle it along in one continuous flow. I've then gone in with this chocolate matte brown and just kind of butted my flat brush against that black liner and smudged it a bit just so it didn't look quite so harsh. And then that's when I started playing, and I could have probably left it at that matte eye. I thought that would look really nice, but because it's got these gorgeous champagne-y and maroon shimmer metallics, I popped that on my lid as well just to make my lid look even bigger and give it a pop, and then I blended it in. Now I always put shimmers in with the pad of my finger. The oils on your finger seem to pick up the shimmers really well and press them on really well. Went in with some mascara to kind of finish the look, but I am well at the end of an eyelash perm, so they look a bit shit. And that's where I should have left it maybe, but I couldn't. So I went in with that. Oh my God, it's just edible. I couldn't look at that colour. Again with the finger to pick up the shimmer, and I just popped some of that in the outer corner, and I couldn't believe the pigment. I chucked on a load on there very roughly. Did the same on the other corner. As you can see, I put it on super roughly. I wasn't too worried about doing that because I knew I could blend it in. You might not want to be quite so bulldozery with the old shimmer application, but I just put it in the outer corner and then went back in with my brush just to blend it into the original red that was there. Now those two last stages you definitely didn't need to do, but I absolutely love that shimmer, so I had to get it on, and took a little bit underneath as well, the little bit that was left on my finger. And there we go.